Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's your one and only girl at H.L.I.C, the one and only room shaker. What you doing? How you doing? Good to see you. I hope all is going well. This gonna be a good live, or it got the potential to become a good live. Cause I don't know if I want to do all the poll stuff today. I'm staying in positive energy and positive vibes. Cause y'all also know today is the doctor day. So we're gonna start there. Let me do this roll call real quick. If you come in after the fact, hey, how you doing? Hey, Stacy, your thumbnail. Oh, the one and only Scam Likely. Hey, my man Boo. What's up, Jill Comfort Zone? So, I was debating whether or not I want to address it, and I am going to address it. Um, I'm not a person that talking riddles, those subliminals or nothing. I keep it straightforward and blunt with it. So I seem to have it should seem to be a problem. Now I was in that live, but like I said, I just woke up. I wasn't finna sit in that live all day, and I really wasn't in tune for the hooping, the yelling, and the hollering, cause I was gonna go back to sleep. Like yeah, so I wasn't here. So somebody decided to come let me, hey, just my thought, hey, the 185. So somebody decided to come on my live, well, on a community wall and say that Sincere feels like I let her get jumped. So then on her live, this is where the double talking start, and I'm confused. And quite frankly, at this point in this stance right here, I really don't give a damn. I'm just gonna be honest about it. I heard what she said that I got a nonchalant attitude and I won't own up to she was getting jumped. I don't feel like you for a person that have actually stood in the paint and watched these people trying to ambush and jump me. I don't see you and K Fit on the panel having a conversation as you getting jumped. I'm sorry. I didn't let nobody pile up on the panel on you. I don't care what the chat was saying. So y'all feel like because the chat was speaking their mind, I was supposed to shut it down. But then that would make them feel like this a biased territory and they can't come over here and say, as long as they weren't doxing you, my mods, and see, this is why I choose my mods. My mods ain't gonna play like that. As long as they ain't putting out your personal information. If they got an objective and a point, and why people saying they had to leave alive because you was being junked and they didn't like the way people was telling you, a lot of them, if you actually would have paid attention to it, a lot of the people in the chat actually said they liked you. Let me twist a little something short. I got time today. Hey, VA Sagittarius, just a damn it. So my thing is, some of y'all don't know what courtesy is, because I think I stand more courtesy to certain people that I care for. I handle with care, and if you don't feel like you got time for it today, or you don't want to stand in the paint, I don't make you. But don't put no jackets on my back saying I did something that I did not do. I did not allow you to get jumped. And whatever the chat was typing, like y'all tell everybody else, you don't have to read the chat. Don't respond to the chat. Some people blowly tell people if you feel some type of way about what they saying in the chat, go in the chat. Why would you come to the panel and argue with the chat? Then you said I stopped reading my comments in my own life. I said I was putting the comments up on the stream, and then I said once I started eating, I wasn't finna touch my goddamn phone and have to keep going back to re-clean my hands. So I ate my food, then I washed my hands, and then I came and started filling it with my phone, and I got all the people that did the super chats, the super stickers, and then I visit the chat. Hey, Lil Wayne fan. Hey, Money. So I'm over it. But I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna cause confusion somewhere down the line, because 1 minute it is an issue, 1 minute you felt like you was being pressured, 1 minute you felt like you was being questioned and you had to explain yourself. You didn't have to explain a goddamn thing. Let's be very clear. When people said in my chat, when you said nah, because people get mad when I speak my mind, I said, who gives a damn? People ain't gonna hold their tongue for you, they gonna speak their mind. So I say whatever you gotta say. And then somebody popped out, and like I told you on your live last night, That was the only person that made me feel some type of way because it seemed like they wanted you to stay on mute because they turned around and say, don't listen in room shaker, their ears gonna attack you. Like they attack anybody with an opinion. So don't think it's just you. Don't think it's just over Shakim. And then you saying the stuff about these camps coming at you. Oh my God. That's the same thing that happened with you and Lady La. That's the same thing that happened with you and all these other people because I knew where you was going with this. And at the same time, I told you I respect you enough to not let you get ambushed. I rocked with you and Lady La at the time. So I let you up once you got through saying what you were saying. I let Lady La up to say what she was gonna say, and then I left it at that. And I said, whatever y'all do from this day forward, I'm gonna make sure I just stay away from it. I didn't stop supporting you and I didn't stop supporting her. I didn't pick no sides in the situation. I wanted to stay out the mix of all of it. Cause I was like, I don't think no resolve is gonna ever come from this. So therefore, like Lady I said, she said, you can't tell me how to fight in that room shake if somebody put a jacket like that on you. But how would you feel about it? And I said, well, look, this y'all fight. Go ahead and do what y'all do. I'm just saying that I'm staying clear. And that's what I did. You said, "Oh, see, you can't." Hey, Stacy. Hey, Sugar Plum. You said, "Oh, so you can't hit links with low self esteem." Wow. Um. So, hey, Rhonda, baby. Hey, I was trying to let Jay Dunn and Goosey clear the board first. But I think they're gonna be on the board for a while. So I said, let me come address this because I'm trying to get it off my good little chest for it escalating and turn into something else because it ain't an issue. But I don't want people sitting here painting narratives like I allowed them to be harassed, bullied, or none of that. If y'all are sensitive to what people say about y'all, then that means y'all shouldn't be on the board. Because they gonna continue to say it just because they tick you off. And then I read Kayo's little point his wall this morning, baby. And King Kayos was over there saying, oh wow. He said, I hate people with subliminals. This shit making my head hurt. You feel some type of way, get it off your chest, because you going in or you going on about the same topic past 3 times, so therefore they know it is an issue. It did trigger you and it did bother you. And then for me to be in your life and hear you clearly state what you stated about you, the chat was trying to handle you. Like, girl, tune them people the hell out or get the drag in their ass, snatch them up by their edges. Anyone that shot a flare or anything at you, you would have had my permission to stand in the goddamn paint. And it ain't like they was coming up on this link to ambush you because you see the background never stripped out. I didn't throw the flames up. I said I was gonna control the content, the conversation, and everything else. I was gonna let 2 grown women sit up here and flow. And at the end of the day, you still sat here because I read my chat. I seen when somebody said, so Shakim Hill is what you want to die on. I ain't never sat here and attack you for you being with Shakim, but then you stated that case it did bring up Shakim actions to you, and that's just like if you would have brought up King Roman to her. Like, everybody got their picks and choose who they gonna go to war about. All I say is make sure they worth it, cause it's some people with the mentality, right or wrong, they still rocking and rolling. But yeah, like they say, if it's an issue, like, see, you brought up that as a valid point too. If it's an issue, you address them behind scenes because you don't talk to people. Well, you have to address it on scenes for everybody to be privy to it because you don't do the behind the scenes with nobody. And like K Fit said, her and King Roman are real friends. She has his personal number as well as he have hers. So if it's a conversation that needed to be had or something they needed to chop up or talk about, yeah, she damn sure gonna hit his goddamn line. They also have a whole little group chat that they can go in and address each other and get each other's soul and stuff too. So they don't have to display what they talk about and what they do on the board. But if y'all really clock King Roman lives, King Roman done said it just himself in his own lives. He said, y'all think the crew don't cuss me out when I did something and be like, hey, little nigga, what you doing? You foul as fuck. Like, that's why I say y'all act like people don't get checked. I didn't feel no type of way since then when you sat up here and say, I rock with Room Shaker. I never felt no type of way about Room Shaker, but I did tell Room Shaker some of the stuff she did was wrong. And when people was coming at me, I never changed up on Room Shaker. And I said, I never changed up on you either. I told you to watch out because I knew they was going to come gunning for you. And if you ain't strong enough, I'll pop out. But other than that, just stand back because I can handle all of them. I wasn't worried about that, but it is a conversation to be had, but I don't even want the conversation. I ain't going to feel no type of way. That's why I'm getting it off my chest now. If you feel like you was jumped, I don't know what to tell you. I can't apologize for something that didn't happen. I can't. Y'all said it was I've seen people in the chat saying it was an intellectual conversation. They liked the way they had it. And see, Ghetto, this is why I tell you, when you be sitting here hollering content, some shit ain't content. Some shit, hey, in the big nutter, baby. Some shit ain't even worth addressing. Some shit you just let people feel however they want to feel about, and you go about your goddamn business. Cause some people feel some type of way after the content, after the conversation was had. So why even waste a goddamn time? And that's why I say, if any of you bitches that I don't see it for, or I don't like getting your goddamn feelings, keep it that motherfucking way all 2026, cause you irritate my goddamn soul and nerve. Don't blame me for shit I ain't doing. Don't blame me for shit I ain't said. And don't blame me for shit that ain't happened. Because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to come off the porch raw and motherfucking uncut. And I ain't apologetic about shit I do or done or said. This is why I say, if you don't see it for somebody, stop fake kicking it. This is why I sit there and hold motherfuckers to the flame. If you don't like somebody, why conversate up with them? And then in the same breath say it ain't no problem. It gotta be something. Because if it is, we wouldn't be here. Like, it ain't hard to be grown and be outspoken and speak your mind. It be when you start throwing subliminals. It be when you start double talking. It be when you start switching it up and want to play in motherfucker face. Ain't shit intellectual about that. It's fake kicking it in that exact moment. All I said, and I said it in your live, and I said it to all y'all, just be you. Just tell people how the hell you feel, whether they like it or not. Just keep on pushing. Like, at this point, going forward, if y'all can't be y'allself, I don't want to fuck with you. And that's going to be my stance. Because this bullshit is uncalled for, really. And it really just irritated my goddamn soul. And I woke up with a smile on my goddamn face. Like, I woke up with a smile on my face. But to find out that everybody got something to say, if y'all feel like that was a jump, oh, wow. That ain't what I see it at. If y'all feel like all the camps coming for y'all, I ain't seen Petty Bill jump out here no way. I seen Brianna respond and say what she say. I seen that bald-headed scallywag over there pop her ass after No Face troll Pizarro and respond. And I even got up on your panel when people tried to let that narrative run because you was like, Pizarro responded and said your name. And I said no, because Pizarro was in my life. You said, when did they start coming over here? Honestly, Pizarro pop in here. She won't hit the link yet because she probably think we're going to be up here arguing. But that wasn't the first time Pizarro done been in my chat. She might not type as much, but she pop out. Trust and believe that. She pop out because I seen it every time she called me here. I call her bald head scallywag and tell her hit the goddamn link and the bitch tell me no. But she be in the chat, so they didn't come because Pizarro really didn't come yesterday until you left. Since they was in my life, I asked them Could they just leave it alone? If it ain't no beef, because you said it ain't, you don't have an issue with them, because they just walk away. I heard you and Brianna explanation of what's going on with y'all. I heard you go back and clear it up after I had that conversation after Brianna did her live, and Brianna said, no, it was just what you said about her. And you turned around and say you was just speaking in general. So I said that in my live. So that's probably the only reason Pizarro addressed it yesterday, because the little wench went live. I was in her live. I was multitasking, but I was there. And she was talking about everything she said in my live, because she kept saying, Room Shaker, we don't give a damn about Cole. Next said the same goddamn thing to me, too. They're like, girl, we don't give a damn about Cole and his commentary. So I left it alone. And then she just responded to everything I said in my live on her own goddamn panel. And that's why she was saying my name, because all y'all was like, well, she kept saying your name. She said my name because I addressed her while she was in my chat. That's why she said my name. It wasn't a big issue. It wasn't even a conversation. She responded to me, and that was that on that. But now people want to run back to Sincere unless she heard it herself. I know she addressed it on her live last night. And I'm like, but she's like, she said Room Shaker, and she was just yelling. And I said, Sincere. Well, she was hyped. I'm gonna put it like that. She was hyped. You know when you hype, because sometimes I come through loud and clear. So she was hyped, talking about the commentary. And I was like, Sincere, baby, I just woke up. I think it was like 12 something in the morning, midnight. I was like, girl, I just woke up. Like I do go to sleep. I do rest. And then I say I'm getting notifications, so I tune in and I see her and read. So I got two devices going. I got the laptop going and I got the phone going. And I was trying to get my iPad, but it was on a charger. So I'm watching Reed tell us in her live to hold on. She said, and this. But I ain't late. I'm early, but they also call to make sure you remember you got an appointment and make sure you gonna show up. Cause they be busy. So anywho, what the hell? Oh, so Reed telling us to hold on to her live. She coming. This wench over there in Sincere Saida live talking about some when you get through with your live, come over to my live because I'm gonna be dragging this. And I'm like, okay. So then I was like, now I'm finna have to clock both of their lives. So I'm on Sincere Saida panel, and I went on mute because she was getting her shit off. So why interrupt her? But then it was like, Room Shaker, have you seen all these groups come for me? Baby, let me tell you something. Brianna may be big and I'm big too, but that does not make her a group. And I have not seen not one of Pettyville people jump off the porch, because Pettyville actually fuck with Shakim. So yeah, I can't agree to that, and I don't see that. Now, did I see the Finesses, Honey Love, that goddamn Felanor, Femi, and the rest of them in the chat? Yeah, I seen them, baby. And I ain't finna call them out because it's a lot of them. But I seen them in the chat. Did I see Cole? Yes, I did. Because I said, why the hell is Cole trolling you? And then Shakim put in your chat that Cole is trolling you because he can't get to him. And I'm like, boy, y'all just running them up. But anywho, that ain't how I see it either. So I'm just going to let y'all feel how y'all want to feel. Hey, Savannah, how you doing? Hey, Miss Jackie. Hold on, y'all. I see y'all in here. I am also driving because I told y'all today is my day at the doctor. So I'm talking to y'all as well as we move. Because I was going to try to wait. Then I say, well, you could do it after the doctor appointment and this shit. But then I was like, if people keep saying, is you going to respond? Yeah, when the people that I'm trying to let clear the board. So, anywho, I went over there to King Kayos, baby, and he over there tearing his community wall up, talking about it's giving him a headache. You feel some type of way, just get it off your chest. Because, what he say? Because, you done did 3 lives about this. You say it ain't an issue, but you act like it is. And I'm like, that's a confusion, because she said she didn't have a problem. I listened to her live. I even ran it back to make sure I had complete understanding of what was going on. And she said in her live that she didn't have a problem with K Fit, but on the other hand, K Fit was questioning her and applying pressure about Shakim. And I was like, I didn't get the pressure part. I just think she's like, well, she did. She said, Room Shaker, she did bring up to me what Shakim did. Now I did hear her state what type of person Shakim was. I was here for the live. I can multitask. I'm not deaf, so that all the time my mind is listening to what y'all saying and paying attention to what's going on. And I didn't hear neither one of y'all voices escalate. I didn't hear no names called. I didn't hear none of that. So then people said that they had to walk out the live because they didn't like what the chat was doing. Do y'all know the chat always run free? Do y'all know the chat is interacting to make the chat move? Like it's gonna make everybody want to respond. It's gonna make some of y'all, if you feel like you ain't on that type of time, it's gonna make you sit up in the clouds because you still want to be nosy. So you just gonna sit back and watch. But at any point, them people wasn't hitting my link, so you still want ambush on my platform. And if you felt like that, why you didn't say something to me? Before you even did a live, because you do talk to me. I do talk to you. I do hit your link and you hit mine. Before you even did that live, why you didn't say Room Shaker? I felt some type of way because I would have respected it. Like that's your feelings. Who am I to dismiss how y'all feel? Because you ain't gonna just dismiss mine because I'm gonna stand on it. But little time did I find out you felt ambushed, jumped, or whatever terminology you used until I came in your live, and I'm like, wait, how did you get jumped? It was nobody on the platform but you and K-Fed. So when did you get jumped? Then I'm like, if you talking about the chat, girl, please drag their ass for Phil. Say what you gotta say. Pop your shit. Keep it moving and going on about your business. Like I didn't know you felt like they applied that much pressure because shit, I was laid back. I didn't give a damn what the chat was saying. I was putting the comments up there. You could have responded to them or not. After I seen you didn't want to respond to the chat, I sat there and started saying, I'm finna eat my food now so people can't say I'm ignoring their ass or nothing like that. They see where it's actually coming from. I ain't finna touch this phone while me. And that's just me. Like, hello. So, baby, then I heard that you apologized to Reed in your life. Cause I think that the way you stated it, you said you didn't want Reed to think you was cussing her out and that y'all had an issue. And I was like, well, I missed whatever was said before between you and Reed. I didn't even clock that information or them details. I don't think I was around for it. I guess you said something in Reed live, or you said something in your live. I don't know. And then I was like, oh, so it's just smoke brewing everywhere. But then y'all constantly hollering, it ain't no issue. So what I can say, what I've been trying to tell y'all all this year, and I mean it. If it ain't no issue, don't make it one. But I ain't got time for this dumb shit. So going forward, I really don't want to conversate with sensitive people. I don't want to conversate with angry people. I really don't want to conversate. If we ain't been holding conversation and I don't feel like it's going to resolve or come to nothing, I don't want to do it. I'm just going to stand down and just go about my business and keep moving the way I've been moving. Because I ain't bringing this shit into 2026. Hey, Lil Wayne fan, who else in here? Let me go ahead and do this roll call. What's up, Stacy? Hey, Sugar Plum. Hold on, I'm going through the list to see who doing this while I'm sitting at this light. Oh, see, you can't hit links with low self-esteem. Wow, you so crazy. I feel you, dog. I am just clocking out. Happy New Year's, my G. Okay, work as usual. That's what the real one's supposed to do. What's up, Big Nutter? Hold on. Good morning, all. Hey, Annie. Good day, all. Hey, Jack, I think I said hey to you, boo, but if I didn't, hey, you know what else? Content, bam, bam, and everybody jumped and ducked on the cars. Say that. Hey, Stacy. Facts. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get into y'all comments. Man, YouTube glitching. I can't type since yesterday. I'm here now. Hey, Room Shaker. Hey, Only One Sosa. Well, look at you, sweeping subscribers early in the AMs like a sub. Never go on, girl, do your damn thing. Hold on. Hey, Savannah. You say morning room shaker. Okay, hold on. Good morning. Hey, Miss L.A. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah. Tell them room shaker. They have to write in a request to speak to you now. No, they ain't gotta write no request. I just don't want to speak at all. The more and more people show me what it is, the more and more I'ma hold them to it. They ain't talking to me about shit I don't want to talk about. And as far as I'm concerned, I ain't talking about none of this shit going forward. If I decide to clock it as commentary, that's all I'm doing. I don't need no explanations. I don't need nobody telling me what it was and what it ain't. I'm going from my perspective. I'm going from what I seen, my observation. I don't give a damn about getting all the fonts, all the details. I don't give a damn. Cause you know something, I ain't never been the type to aim to please. And regardless of the fact, ain't nobody gonna change up the way I do me. Ain't nobody gonna sit here. And now I feel like this. The rules for my panel has always been hit my link at your own risk. Cause I do more for some of y'all than y'all do for y'all goddamn self. So yeah, hit my panel going forward at your own risk. Cause I don't have to lock down my panel for nobody. Now, if I mess with you and you say you came up here to talk to me and I told you to come up here, then that's different. You ain't got to worry about a goddamn thing because I extend a courtesy invitation for you to come up here. But if you come up here on your own and somebody decides they want to address you going forward, then you going to deal with that on your own time. Because y'all don't give people the time to handle situations. Y'all always going to find something to nitpick, argue, and complain about. So at this point, just say it. You see, when Ghetto said that he didn't want to deal with Rico, and I know K-Fit was up here, and I wasn't going to let it go all left anyway. You see, I told Rico that ain't what type of panel this is. You see, I can control my panel. I made Rico stand down because I told R&Y to come up here, and I actually wanted to hear what she had to say. Some of y'all too goddamn weak to be panel holders, so that's why y'all should lock down the panel and hold it down by your goddamn self. Because you afraid you're going to hurt somebody's feelings if you say we ain't doing it. Control the room. Fuck, read the room. Control the room. Control the vibe. Control the platform. Shut shit down. Stand on shit. There's so many of them sensitive and angry people. Girl, hey, go. Hey, Oxy. But I'm gonna put a poll up. Why are the CCs getting so sensitive? I don't know, but I'm gonna put a poll up. Cause I want y'all honest to God opinion. Do y'all feel like I let Sincere get jumped on my platform? Do y'all feel like I had her and K-Fit in some type of hot seat? Do y'all feel at any point if they felt like it was too much, they couldn't exit stage left because, see, you click the link and you drop off the link. You just press exit. So I'm going to put a poll up. Hold on, give me a second. I'm going to put a poll up, and I will highly appreciate if y'all really, everybody in the room, vote on that goddamn poll. I really don't need a poll because I'm telling you, I can see where a lot of y'all coming from because y'all was like, when it happened? And I'm like, right, was we there? Did we know about it? Did we see this shit? Did we hear this shit? Like, was it a live that only they was in? Because seems like nobody else knows that this even happened. Like, come on, man. So what we talking about? But, anywho, since they want to, I'm going to put a poll up. Because maybe while I was eating, I wasn't paying attention. Maybe while I was eating, I missed some shit. Nobody hit the link. Nobody came up here. Like I said, her and K-Fit weren't calling each other names. She started out her own mouth that this ain't the first conversation her and K-Fit done had with each other. So I want to know, when did it become an issue and a problem? Hold on. Okay. Let me get my other device so I could do this goddamn poll. And then y'all say if it be the simple shit that make people fall back, then guess what? Some people wasn't worth having or being around. And at this exact moment, I agree with you. But at this point, take it how you want to take it. I'm falling back for weird shit. If I feel like ain't nothing gonna come from this, hold on, y'all. I'm finna do this poll. Let me come into the studio. Let me um let me do here we go. You say Davana is pitiful. She didn't get jumped. I know, child, ain't nothing happened to that lady on this link yesterday. Hey, what Shalonda said, is that live still on the board or is it live? I left it on the board. It wasn't nothing that was there that I felt like was strikeable. Jumped by who? It was only two people on of them. Well, Jay, they said no, baby. They said the chat was being hard on her. K Fit was questioning her about Shakim. And I'm like, oh my God, okay. I was not there. I was in and out the live. Hey, Blenda Helen. Hey, Miss LA. And if K Fit offended her, why she didn't go out? Girl, don't nobody beef with her in general, cause who knows her. Hey, control your girl, good morning. I will say, Femi and Molly always in chat talking shit. They don't pile up any one person, and we all know that. But I said that. Femi and them actually told her, I like Ness, and we don't care who feels some type of way about us liking Ness, but they said, we like you too. We don't have an issue with you. They did. They absolutely did. Hey, Jill, hold on. I'm going to put the poll in the chat. They did. Okay, poll. Okay. Okay. Hold on, y'all. We putting it up. The poll is now in the chat. Could everybody vote on the poll, please, and thank you. And then at the same time, like, if I didn't want, what's her name, K-Fit asking me nothing, I would have just said, K-Fit, that's something I don't want to talk about with you. So don't question me when it comes to Shakim because I don't question you with King Roman. And that would have been an easy fix. For real, for real. Because you know what? KP would have said, well, Room Shaker, I got something better to do with my time. I'm going to get down. She would have answered so swiftly, like, and I don't even think she feel no type of way because, like she said, she was in her chat yesterday. After the live, she was in her chat. If she didn't want to answer the question, she didn't have to. So why did she feel that she got jumped? Because people was asking questions, especially over a dusty nigga. Well, she feel like people coming at her over Shakim. She keeps stating it. She feel like, and Shakim saying people coming at her because they can't get to him. But I don't think it was over Shakim. It probably was just for clarity or understanding. They might have was just looking at it and trying to figure out like what is it, and that was it. That was all. Because Hayla Dunn, really, I don't think too many people could really say nothing. Because as you can see, Brooke said that was her brother. As you can see, what's her name? What's her name, y'all? Intrinsic and everybody else. A lot of people took him under the wing, so how they just gonna all of a sudden hold her in the pain and make her feel some type of way for supporting him, and everybody else was supporting him too. Just because they on the else with him don't mean you gotta be too. I'm just saying, like, you like who you like you said. They didn't like me and Max, and you still like me and Max. They didn't like Shakim, and you still like Shakim. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Do you see me applying pressure to you over Shakim? No. You can rock and roll with Shakim. When I see Shakim in your chat, I don't say nothing to him. Because I really don't care about your relationship or y'all dynamic. I don't care. I don't lose no sleep over it. I really don't check for it in real life. Like, it is what it is. Everybody got a relationship with somebody that other people on the board don't see it for. So trying to force me or getting me to agree to something that I don't see it the way you see it, uh, I don't feel like you was drunk. Because like I said, when it come down to jumping, my thing of jumping is when it's a pile on. My thing of jumping is when people jumping down your throat and they ain't giving you the chance to stand in the paint. They ain't even letting you get a lick in. They snatching you every way but the right way. That's my definition of drunk. If anything, my main focus would have been the people on the panel than the people in the chat. I told you the person in the chat pissed me off because I read their comment, but did I respond to that comment in the middle of my live? No, I did not. I let you and K Fit finish having y'all goddamn conversation. What is it that Dirt Rock doing a lot that she allows on her panel and she's back it without knowing the truth? Like who you like, but don't act like he's not doing what he's doing. Well, I don't see that's Oxy. Oxy City. See, that's where we can agree to disagree. Cause I don't think, honestly, if I be truthful about it, I think she feel like she was forced to this point. I feel like because the escalation between her and Nex, I was front and center when her and Ness had that little blowout, and Ness said it wasn't nothing, but she said Ness left her link and went over there trying to drag her. I wasn't there. I was there for her and Brianna's. When she explained what happened between her and Brianna. I ain't see nothing with Lady Nika acting funny, but I ain't know about Pizarro either. But then they told me about what happened to Pizarro. Pizarro time Max out and Shakim chat, and Shakim took Pizarro wrench, and Sincere said since she rolled with Max, she said she did jump in, and since people was coming at her, she decided to jump in and say, why did you just time that person out? So I did get to hear all that. I did. So on that note, y'all, I did hear all of that. I did hear it, and I did see it and hear it for myself. So I can agree to that. But all this other stuff, I don't know, because I think y'all gonna handle each other how y'all see fit. Am I inserting myself in any fights that's involving Shakim on either side? No, I am not. Am I gonna be out here woo banging for Shakim? No, I am not. Am I gonna be sitting here validating Shakim? No, I am not, because I don't know what the hell y'all was doing, because all the pieces to the puzzles ain't there. So the only thing I can do is mind the business that pays me. If I see it on the board and I want to commentate on it, I'm gonna do that. But other than that, I don't give a damn either way. I don't see him as a brother. I don't see him as a friend. I don't see him as a acquaintance, nothing. Like, so what the hell do it got to do with me? And that's where I stand in all this. So I don't know what to tell you. I was in Pastor Live, but y'all said my name was brought up in Pastors too. I didn't stay in Pastor Live for the whole live. Cause I think when Kathleen and him started going off in their conversations, that's when I left. I was there for Brooke to come up there and stuff. But then after him and Kathleen started talking, I had left. I had other things to do. I bounce around. I ain't hear nothing crazy. This shit is some a Scooby-Doo mystery. Wait, what happened? I don't know. Girl, I don't know. I heard that in Sincere Live. And that's why I said I don't care. And then damn, she told me who you was. Nigga, I don't need you to be on my side. I don't need you to talk to me about nothing. Everyone have a right to their own opinions. Everyone is not going to agree with me, but that's all good. I agree, Jills.
I agree. That's why I don't understand why make something out of nothing, because that's what I'm seeing it. So her feelings are valid. She feel like she being ambushed. She feel like all these camps is coming at her. She feel like she falling out with all these people, but then these people feel like, no, she came at them or she did something to them. So I don't know which one is right, which one is wrong. So I just stay out the mix. Like, I'm not the mediator. I felt like let her and Shaquem, her and K-Fit be on neutral grounds and have a conversation where I can control who can and can't hit my link. That's the best I can do. I just wouldn't get in between two people that call themselves friends, no telling what info they got on each other. And I'm not getting in it. I'm not getting in it. I asked y'all yesterday when everybody was doing lives talking about, because Reed did a live. And Reed said only thing she hate is that Sincere Saida be over explaining herself, stop explaining. And I'm like, over explaining herself, she was having a conversation. Do you think I was in Reed live arguing with her about what she said? No, that's the way she took it. So I just let it rock. Like, shit, that's her valid opinion. So I left it alone. And then I watched more and more lives come up and the same shit being said. And then they was like cold picking on her. Then they was like everybody jumped her. And then I seen people in her chat this morning talking about, I had to leave the live because I didn't like the way they was doing you. I'm like, what? They was doing her. Then she's like, yeah, you was reading the chat, then you stopped because you was, I said I was eating. I told y'all that. Like, y'all thought I was going to miss a meal because I was sitting on this app talking to y'all. Y'all crazy. I missed the beginning of your live. I have to watch the replay. Okay, Jills. So at that point, anything after that, y'all, I really don't give a damn. Because trust me, when it comes to these people on YouTube, I really ain't worried about none of y'all, who y'all beefing with, who y'all arguing with, since everybody child selective is for. All I said is, okay, y'all, if it's a pile up, could y'all stop that? If it ain't no beef, could y'all let it go? And I said in my live that she said that she has no issues with nobody. She was just flowing with her commentary. And that was it. That was all. I left it at that. To know, like, people was coming to my live like, girl, Room Shaker, she mad. She feels some type of way. She did 3 lives. And then I said, did you feel some type of way? You did 3 lives. And then she said, no. But then as she started explaining, you could tell that, yeah, it was something there. But then she was like, well, I don't feel no type of way towards K-Fit, but she was bringing up to me stuff Shaquem doing. And I'm like, oh my God. So I'm letting her get it off. And then she like, oh, Room Shaker went back on mute. I'm finna kick her off. And then I'm like, girl, I'll get down. So I got down and I said in the chat. Like, I can't sit here and listen to you and answer every question, but I am listening, but I'm not finna give a response to nothing I have nothing to say about. Because I was in her live and Reed live at the same goddamn time. So I was like, okay, I'm listening to Reed and I'm listening to her. And I'm like, okay, what is all this about? Because I'm still confused as hell. If it ain't an issue, you have no problem with none of them. But then she went in a whole rant. And she was like, if y'all want to keep on, I'm done being respectful. I'm finna start being disrespectful. And anybody that wanted, she could get it. Okay, well, if that's how you see fit to handle it, do your business. Like, let's go. And that's why I was like, wow. After that, I don't know. Hey, D-Mac. You say wrong sack of So I was like, okay, I don't know. I don't know her feelings to this day, because it was contradicting when she said it ain't an issue, but then she said she finna jump off the porch disrespectful. If they keep coming at her, if they want it, they can get it. Like, if this the way you gonna find your foot, do it. More power to you. You can go where you want to go. You can do what you do. I'm not here to convince you, steer you neither way. I don't give a damn. I feel like if they, since everybody was seeing what I didn't see, but after I started reading listen to the commentary and reading all the chats and comments that y'all was making, I'm like, so is this something I'm missing? Like the same way I said when they was trying to make a King Roman and ODS have an issue. Is this something I'm missing? So let me focus in and tune in. So since now I done heard all the objectives, let me go back and revisit this situation. And that's what I did. And I sat there and listened. And obviously it is an issue, but do I understand the issue? No. Do I feel like it was a pile on or jumping? I feel like the chat was doing what these normally messy people do, and they do it to me and everybody else. So why would you think you would be exempt? Like, yeah, no, that ain't what the chat gives. But I also said, to agree with some of these people, I listened to them when they said that they actually watch you and they don't have no issue with you. So I feel like we making a nothing burger out of nothing. And then I also watched Femi and a couple of others, Honey Love and everybody else say, well, we are biased when it comes to people we like. We always gonna be biased because we gonna rock and roll with who we want to roll with. And they left it. They was typing that in the chat, and the chat is still up. I did not take the chat down. So if y'all want to revisit that live, y'all got it's on the board. I didn't take it down. Okay, what you put? You said right, Devin. I'm not taking sides because only them two know the real deal. Plus, them folks run too many plays. Absolutely. Like we see people make up every day. We see people squash beefs every day. Ness said she wanted to bring 2026 in, not arguing and beefing with nobody. So don't you know that if Ness and Sincere Saida decide to have a conversation, I wouldn't feel no type of way about it. She said she just did her commentary. She didn't have no issues with Pizarro, Brianna, or Lady Nika. So if they was decide to have a conversation, I wouldn't feel no type of way about it. I didn't feel no type of way about her having a conversation with K-Fed. I feel like they was two mature women that could have handled it and hold it down and touched on everything they wanted to touch on. So where the hell is all this animosity and anger coming from? Now, Cole said he didn't have a problem with her. Cole just doing his normal messy trolling. Ghetto allegedly don't have a problem. He just do his normal regular trolling. So I don't see none of these people seeing it as is an issue that you making. I think they just responding as commentary, and then they going on about their business. Have I been in a live where I can't say that because I have been in some lives where she actually was drugged. But I don't see too many people making this a big issue as far as Ness and her subscribers and the finesses. But in her live, what I did gather from it, did she do feel like she being jumped on by camps, cults, groups, whatever y'all want to call it. And then on my platform, she said that a lot of these people are in cults and they like-minded cult people. So when I asked her, do you think I'm in a cult? She said no. When K-Fit asked her, she kind of held off and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, so do you think these people don't have free will? Like, do you feel like that K-Fit honestly said when it comes to King Roman, that's her real fan. So she is a little biased when it comes to him. But she do tell him she wrong. And your response was, well, if I tell somebody they wrong, they gonna hear it on live because I don't talk to none of these people behind the scene. They ain't got my number, Instagram, or none of that. I don't do none of that. So the only way they can speak to me is on the scenes. Yeah, that's what it gave. That's what it was about. So, anywho, moving right along. Yeah, I could stop telling me on my community walk about somebody feeling like they being jumped. Because if that's the way you perceive it, I can't do nothing with it. That ain't what I've seen go down. The hardest person that probably was trolling the worstest in the chat was probably, I want to say, I give it to Cole and a little bit of King's Coyotes, then I give it to anybody. Hey, Miss Toby. See, Room Shaker, that's the part I don't get about jump from camps. Sincere has several people who supported her from different camps. And that's why I don't get, Miss Toby. That's why I'm confused. Miss Toby, hit the link. Because I maybe I don't make, because then she said I got a nonchalant attitude, and I'm like, a nonchalant attitude, girl. I felt like I held a Jew and K fit with tender love and care. I let y'all on the link and let y'all do y'all. I didn't tell y'all what y'all could, and what's it? Gordo, hit the goddamn link too. Now, why the hell you pop in there? Because I'm like, Gordo, don't make it worse. Gordo popped in there and said, I watched you do this to DG when it came down to, with Mahaya when it came down to DG. And I was like, why is y'all doing all this? I'm so confused. Where's all this coming from? So, and then she played the clip of Empress Janet when she was talking around, calling people the N-words and talking about that they noose people and all this other stuff. And I'm like, oh, y'all just finna run amok. Oh my God, y'all just got too much going on. But I don't feel like I had a nonchalant attitude. I just feel like, what was I supposed to say? I had nothing to say in the moment. And if anybody, LOL, was I lying though? In the moment, I have nothing to say about neither situation, so I didn't feel like I had 2 cents to add, or I had to add anything to it because it wasn't nothing to say. Like, but she said the reason she said the reason why she came to DG was because he wanted to run around here with Empress Janet, and she was trying to tell him what type of person he was hanging with, but he was trying to get Empress Janet's a protection plan. And I was around for that little stage or saga or whatever y'all gate or whatever y'all want to call it. And I was like, I didn't care. Like, hey, it is what it is. I watched that play out. But yeah, I guess I am nonchalant to some shit. Like, at this point, Empress Janice being racist was like just like a Mona being racist. Mona came over here and told y'all was nappy-headed, well-weased, and all this other stuff, and she called them monkeys and all type of stuff, and told them how nappy their hair is, and they needed perms, and nobody had an issue with it because guess what Mona did? Mona bought super chats with her. Yeah, she bought super chats and super stickers with her. As long as Mona was sending money up in the chat, it wasn't nothing Mona could say out her mouth that was wrong. Even when Mona touched down on your page, and I tried to warn y'all who Mona was because none of y'all knew. But me and Mona cool because I knew Mona and I didn't give a damn because I seen how people allow Mona to throw money their way and say whatever she wanted to say to them, whether it was racial slurs or whatever it was. They didn't give a damn about how Mona was treating them as long as she came Cashapp. I watched them do the same thing with Candy with the fireball at the end of her name. She was buying people washers and dryers and all type of stuff. As long as she was sending out them cash apps and paying them for their protection plan, they wouldn't let nobody mess with her. And she was being racist as hell. But she was paying. So I really don't care about the race thing because it's only racial when it's no money attached to it. And that's why I say, oh, this weird. I'm not dealing with no shit like this. So I fell the hell back. Like, yeah, have at it. Like, have me and Empress Janice ever rocked a clique? No. But Mona, I let Mona do Mona because in all these black spaces that she was allowed to touch down in, nobody had a problem with what she was giving and what she was doing. So I mind the business that pays me. As long as she didn't talk to me like that, I didn't give a damn. And then, as I said, the reason why I don't care about the colorism and all the other stuff that y'all come up with is because I don't watch black folks, us, get mad at certain people and the foulest shit come out of our mouth, including mine, when it comes to them and their skin tones. Because I was the one that started people calling people tar babies on the board. So can I say something about people that's doing it to this day and doing it now? No. I don't watch y'all tell people they was mixed breeds, like a mixed breed as in a dog or something. Like, I don't watch all this stuff go down, and I didn't feel no type of way about it. And that's why I say when people get like, I even heard her call somebody a nigga bitch. I was like, wait, what? And then I was like, you know something? That ain't the first time I done heard that terminology used on the board. So who am I to argue with you about what you saying out your mouth? And you very much grown. You can say what you want to say. So I'm like, where's all this stuff coming from? But to feel like I allowed her to get jumped, like, come on now. If you was really getting jumped, let me say this. You know Max was in that live. You know Max would have said something. You know Max would have stood in the pain and probably would have got out here woo-banging with you if she felt like you was being mishandled or abused. Now, if people would have tried to come up and overpower my panel, that's what have made me come up off the porch and say, yeah, you're going to get the hell up off this property. That's what have made me have to stand in the paint. But the fact that Tones was calm, the facts that y'all was talking it out, I just sat there and started eating my goddamn food and let y'all do whatever y'all was going to do, because guess what? I felt like it wasn't an issue or a problem. But now, after the fact, I guess after people had time to watch other people paint narratives and talk about it and paint it and turn it into what they wanted to be, now it's a whole bunch of fuck shit attaching now, and people getting jumped and people felt some type of way and lives going up over and over again. Baby, you can. I hit the link because that was the opportunity to talk to me, but now it's a new day and I refuse to want to be bothered with the situation. Ain't nothing I can do. I can't turn back the hands of time. So pushing forward, I'm going to say your feelings are valid. If that's how you feel, if that's how you took it, if that's how you want it to be, I'm going to let it stay there. It ain't an issue for me. So who is saying that she was jumped? She said, basically she said it in her own live last night, Jills. Basically, subscribers was sitting there doing it. Basically, people were stirring up the pot in the narratives, but I wasn't checking for the chat. Even though I was reading the chat, I was waiting to hear verbatim how she felt. I wanted to hear her speak on it. I wanted to hear it come out her mouth. And then she basically said it. Like, she did feel handled. She did feel like K-Fit was asking a question to her about Shakim. She did feel like, because she was bringing up what Shakim did, and then she started rolling examples and saying different things to let me know, okay, so the thing is, you do feel some type of way. I want to start there, but after she just started going off, I just let it rip then. Because she was like, well, I'm not holding back. If this what y'all want, y'all can get it. I'm tired of being nice and all this other stuff. So I said, oh, we at the point of no return. So going forward, only thing they can do is let it rip and let it rock and let it roll. So yeah, once I heard it finalized out her mouth that she did agree what was being said, she did feel like that, I'm like, oh. And then once I see her amp up and start cussing and saying, well, this and that, and yeah, I'm not gonna, if this what y'all want, y'all can get it and all this other stuff. I'm like, oh well, let me just go ahead and exit stage left and move out the way and let you do you. So that's why I stand. Like, I don't know how we got here. Because that ain't what I got from the situation, but I don't see no other ways around it at this point, because you put it out, the numbers was my numbering, and basically a lot of people didn't drop down in the chat, but they knew they was gonna get blocked because her mom's was on point last night. But I just said, I'm just gonna let her do what she gotta do, because that's the only way you gonna make these people either respect you or they gonna push all over you. But like I told her, since I know you, you have been highlanded. You have been out on the board by yourself. I have been out on the board by myself. And like she said, that's what she can respect about me. Well, baby, it's your time to shine. Just go ahead and do what you do. Line them up and knock them down. Like, I don't know. Like, what other advice could I do you? If you feel violated, if you feel like people pressuring you, set ground rules on how to handle and treat you, and just pushing forward. Like, shit, if it's a no, don't question me. If it's a no, don't talk to me about this person because I ain't got shit to say. If it's a no, like, who are you? Like, yeah, get up out my face. Like, it is what that's the only way I can see to handle it. Because when I get tired of you asking me about something, or I feel like I ain't got nothing to say, oh yeah, we gonna go ahead and Royal Rumble around this bitch. Like, yeah, I'm gonna cuss you out. Who the hell are you? Stop questioning me. This conversation or this person is not up for topic. Like, yeah, no. And that's why I say, I don't think my last advice before I dropped off her panel, and when she was on my panel, I respect you if you do you. Like, that's it. That's all. Going forward, only advice I give you is do you. If you feel violated, stand on all 10s. If you feel like it's a conversation need to be had, go ahead that conversation. If you feel like it ain't worth it because ain't shit gonna change, then rock and roll and leave it there. Like, going forward, you know what to do. Like, what do you want me to say? Like, I'm not gonna give you no advice, and I'm not gonna be one of these weirdos on this app that got a history of telling people, well, y'all should sit down and talk this out. Like, if your feelings ain't gonna change, why waste the time? Hey, AK. AK, weren't you in Sincere Live last night? Did you answer the poll? Well, I guess enough people done mentioned it. Enough people done said that basically they feel like she over-explaining. Then they saying she doing these lives back-to-back, speaking on them, which she should. She's a content creator. If it's something that's bothering you and it has something to do with the board, get it off your chest. But some people might try to paint it out to be weakness and try to use that as a pressure point. So only thing you could do is stand on it. Like, that's my valid opinion. Hey, K-Fit, come here, please. If you're not busy, because I know you probably had a busy morning just like me. K-Fit, oh, girl. K-Fit, K-Fit. Do you feel like Sincere was jumped in my life? I'm so confused right now. Besides you, Kayos, and I don't even know if Yaya was in the chat. Do you feel like any people from the crew? Because I don't even know who all represent the crew. Do you feel like that they was applying pressure to Sincere Saida? Hang on, dropping J off. I'll be up in a minute. Okay. Cause the word on the curb in the YouTube streets is that she got jumped. Word on the curve is all these groups and these crews and these people is coming for her. But I was watching the chat when I wasn't eating, and the basically they was stating that they liked her. They didn't have no issues with her, but they was like, just admit to you being a little biased when it come to him, because they was sitting there stating that they biased when it come to people. They like, absolutely not, because I asked her if she felt and I was attacked her, and she said no. Well, that doesn't change. She did say you was applying pressure because you was kept bringing up Shakim behavior and actions to her. And the live last night, I finally seen what everybody else was saying, and they were like, she do feel some type of way because she done did 3 lives. And I'm like, wait, what? I done been in them lives. She didn't feel no type of way. I think she was just popping her shit and talking. But baby, after this morning, the live at 12 midnight, yeah, it went a whole different direction. She agreed when people said that they had to leave the live because they didn't like how the chat was handling her, and they didn't like the pressure being applied to her. She basically agreed with them. She said it out her own mouth. But then she said it wasn't a problem, but she said, but yeah, you did ask her questions and bring Shakim up to her. And I was like, well, you could have just shut that down. But girl, I think that it's the people applying pressure. really. I really think, and I ain't gonna say she the type to crack under pressure, but I think it's the people applying pressure that put this in her head, because I don't see her as being jumped. And I was in the live when you asked her that, and she said no, but basically she contradicts herself, and she retracted she basically reiterated everything she said in a whole different life with a whole different stance. And she went into a little rant that if anybody want it, they can get it, since they want to gang up at her because all the groups and crews and stuff is coming for her, and she don't like it. And she said all over Shakim, and she said that Shakim is her friend. And then she brought up what Pizarro said in her live and said that, yeah, Pizarro time max out. And she did insert herself. And she was like, because people insert themselves when it came to her. So I'm like, oh. So it's a lot going on that evidently I must have missed. So that's basically what we standing with it. No, AK, speak your mind, please. Please, please, please. I'm open to all valid opinions, because I'm like, I felt like I handled her and K-Fit with tender love and care. I allowed her and K-Fit to have a platform that everybody wasn't coming up here on them. I felt like the chat gonna be the chat regardless when they all got different views and standing. So I didn't think I did nothing wrong. But if you listen to her live, that ain't how she feel. I'm not dismissing her feelings, because I said they valid. If that's how you took it, you took it. All of us can feel some type of way about the incident. But in this incident, because she said I got a nonchalant attitude towards it, I don't feel like nothing happened. I think an ambush, I done been through ambushes. I done had 8 people hit a panel, and I had to knock them down and woo-bang with all of them at once. I done went up against the skull game by my goddamn self. I done went up against actual crews and games by myself standing in the paint. So I didn't see it the way she's seen it, but it's me. Why does she feel attacked? Don't she do commentary on other CCs? Yes, she do. But I would, if she was in here and gave me permission, I would actually play her live, but I ain't gonna touch her live without her permission. And I'll just throw this live away so y'all can hear it for y'allself. But I'm gonna respect her enough not to touch her commentary without her being here. Normally she came in the live, but she might be asleep, because like I said, she was up doing her live at midnight. So I had just woke up. And since I got notifications, I said, okay, I can sit there and listen to her till I go back to sleep. And she was sitting there talking, and I was on the link, and then she's like, so Room Shaker, you can't admit it. And then she said, you got a nonchalant attitude. And I say, what am I I didn't say that to her. I said it in my head, like, what am I supposed to say? Because I didn't see what you seen. I didn't feel like you was jumped. I don't feel like it was a lot of groups coming at you, because I watched people type in the chat that they actually liked you. And then they started saying it's okay to say you biased, Sincere. We biased when it comes to people we like. So I was like, I agree with that. It's certain people that you got different standards and grounds with that people might say you biased. I don't think I'm biased with none of y'all, but they might say you biased. And then I told her, in this situation, I might not see it for Shakim, but at the end of the day, do I give a damn to insert myself in these people war with him? No. From the time I entered your live that day, I just saw people voicing their opinion. Some people said it's a nice way, and some didn't. Exactly, Jills. Exactly. And I agree with that. I seen Cole running amok. I seen King Kaios. I actually watched Femi, Honey Love, and all the other comments that went up. But I paid attention to the tone of the stage as well. And it was no animosity, no frustration, no hooping and hollering, no calling each other out of names, no none of that transpired. So how was that an ambush or a jump? I don't consider that being jump, but that's my opinion. I can't tell no one. That's what I'm saying. If you feel like that, I wish you would have stated that while you was on the link. I would have just tuned the comments out. Only thing I would have put up here was the super chats and the super stickers. But I felt like you had the opportunity because they weren't going to come up and hit the link to address whoever you want to address in the chat. But you stayed focused on the conversation between you and K Fit. So I like it there. I think it was only one thing out the chat that she responded to. You say, does she feel a way about the beef sector? When I peeped on her live, she always going in on the beef sector. From what I gathered last night, I ain't gonna say a beef sector in whole, but she said she said she tired of being nice. And that's why I was like, oh, here we go. She said, I'm tired of being nice. Is this what y'all want? Y'all can get it. And she started cussing and went into her rant. And I was like, oh, so y'all triggered her. And I was like, okay, well, what can I say about that? Shoot, I even started in you said I even stated in the live that I felt she was biased when it comes to him, and that I don't care if she's still cool with him or not. That don't mean hold on. That don't mean I don't like her, right? A lot of people, Femi said they said, sincere, I like you. A lot of people were saying that. That's why I said it was some vicious people in the chat, but it was also some people letting her know that we don't feel no type of way about you. Then they also said, if y'all know Ness don't give a damn, they said they be cussing and arguing with Ness about what she be doing, because when Ness get off YouTube, she don't be giving a damn about YouTube. I read the whole entire chat the whole time. So I know it was people voicing their objectives, opinions, and telling people where they stand and how they feel, and letting them know that it's really not nothing. It's a nothing burger. But then there was some people that were saying in the chat, and I guess that's the ones we could say was trying to be vicious. They're like, girl, just admit that you biased. And they was like, girl, you up here talking in circles. We don't do them riddles. And I'm like, I read them comments too. And some of them I was putting up there, so if she wanted to respond to them, she could, because it ain't like I was going to let them hit the lane, because I know her and K Fit don't carry themselves like that. And then I also, because she said K Fit did bring up Shakim to her. And I'm like, yeah, but you could have shut that down if you felt some type of way about it. I don't know if it was Carl, Kaios, or who put it in the chat, because I read that too. When they was like, just say you gonna down Shakim Hill. And I said, what? Just say you gonna down Shakim Hill. Like that's what Shaquille said about Ness. He was like, just say you gonna down Lemon Hill. I'm like, what the hell? But hey, Brown Sugar. So am I here? And hope she pop out, because I don't understand. And I rewatched your live just to make sure that I was understanding it right. Hey, K-Fed.
Hey, boo. What's up?
Girl, it's a lot going on.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you what I heard, and then you can kind of like fill me in or plug whatever I'm missing. So I got some messages, not even messages, I just heard from other commentary this morning that Sincere feels like I was interrogating her and questioning her friendship with Shakim, and I never questioned that. We were merely, when I got up there, you called me up there to hit your panel. You asked me about Roman. She was talking about Shakim, and so we had a conversation. Mind you, we've already had this conversation. Here's where I'm baffled at. I want to make this real crystal clear. I don't give a fuck that she friends with this nigga. I don't care. I'm not trying to persuade her to see something she don't want to see. I'm not trying to persuade her to not be friends, cool, calm, and collective with him. I don't care, because her ties to whoever don't make me shit. We grown as fuck, because at the end of the day, I'ma like who I like. She gonna like who she like. I don't give a fuck. My only thing was, listen, If you like them and you cool with it, just stand in the shit. Cause guess what? Everybody don't like KRN, right?
Right.
I like my nigga, okay? And I'm gonna be biased towards him every fucking time. You motherfucking right. When it kind of Yaya, I'm gonna be biased to that motherfucker. When it kind of people I like, there is gonna be some sort of biasness in there because they my people. You know what I mean? So it's like, just say he my people. I don't like, yeah, I see it, but that's not gonna make me dislike him and I rock with him. Period, point blank. Like, it's like, instead of the whole, yeah, you're pointing out this, but look who's doing this, that. I'm not talking about everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And I think I think she think people, well, as for me, I can't talk about other people, but I think she think I was trying to make her not be friends. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about him. He ain't making my channel pop. He not dictating where I eat, sleep, breathe, shit. None of that shit. I don't give a fuck. To really be honest, it just happens to be, in your words, it happens to be what's on the board, so we talking about it. That's it, and that's all. My next thing is, who the fuck is coming after her? I would love to hear the names, because if she feels like I'm coming after her, then my next question is going to be, show me where. Because when we were on your platform, if she didn't like something that I was saying, to me, that was a prime opportunity to be like, you know what, K-Fit, I feel like you coming at me. And I could have cleared up. No, I'm just having a conversation. And if you don't want to talk about it and you feel like I'm attacking you, say less. It's really that simple. I'm mature enough to understand that, because there's certain things people not going to question me about. And if you feel like, you know what I'm saying? If you felt like that, because I'm hearing, like, I heard some clips, and I was like, whoa, where is this coming at? Y'all this, they that, da-da-da, they wanting you raggedy-ass bitches. Who are the raggedy-ass bitches? Who are these said people? Because when you make a general statement, it looked like you talking about me too. Not that I'm taking it personal. I'm not. But the question is, if you're saying people are coming at you, first of all, it was only one person in the chat. No, two people in the chat that were from the crew. Two. That was Kaios and Yaya. And I think Yaya eventually was no longer in the chat because she had already said she wasn't feeling good. So she probably clicked off and went to sleep. So it was really Kaios and me up there. Whoever else she's talking about, I don't know. But you got to understand, though, too, the chat going to do what the chat going to do. It's going to be trolls. It's going to be all of that in there. And if you're having a conversation about things going on in the beef sector, expect commentary to come behind it with you included in it. Just expect it. And if it bothers you, my best advice, if it bothers you that people are having commentary about it, then maybe not talk about some of those topics that are going on in the beef sector. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Because that's what I said. She's like, well, I don't have a problem with K-Fit. And then she said, but she did question me about Shakim and try to tell me what Shakim do and stuff. And I'm like, well, you could have shut it down.
That's my whole thing. Like, if you felt like I was, or you were interrogated behind him, I thought it was a mutual, okay, this and that. Why do you think people look at it this way? It's just, we having a open discussion about it. If you felt like I was interrogating you, questioning you, pressuring you, coming at you, she could have easily said, listen, K-Fit, I don't really appreciate this line of questioning, X, Y, and Z. And guess what? I'd have been like, oh, no problem. I'm not here to offend you. I'm not here to make you feel like you got an answer to me. I don't have to do none of that shit. And next topic.
Let's go.
Because really the only reason I was up there was because you called me up there to ask me about the ODS and Roman shit. And I was like, I don't know what shade y'all talking about. So it was like, you know, I'm lost. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm so lost. Like, where did this fever come from? And it's like, and I asked her, I know you remember this, Room Shaker. I said, hey, sincere, Do you feel like I'm attacking you or somebody sent me up here to come at you? She said no. I feel like we're having a conversation, the same conversation that we had over there at Max's. Right or wrong? Who all
That's
heard that?
true. I heard that. That's why I was like, wait. And
That's
then
why I'm lost. Like, yo, what the fuck?
I'm lost too, because I was like, because they was like, Room Shaker, she feels some type of way. And I'm like, I was in her live. She just doing her commentary. And then last night, 12 this morning, they were like, she done did 3 lives, Room Shaker. And I'm like, okay, so I went in when I caught her 12 this morning and she was talking. So I hit the link. And then I was asking her, and then she said, you got a nonchalant attitude. And as the chat started saying they left the live because of what was going on and stuff in my live and how she was being treated. Then she turned around and she started responding, was like, yeah, all these groups coming at me, Room Shaker, you don't see it. And I was like, I didn't see that. And then she like, you got a nonchalant attitude. And then she just kept going. So I muted up. Next thing I know, she was like, Room Shaker, are you still there? And I'm like, I'm speechless at this point. I just want to hear whatever you got to say. So I stayed on mute. So she like, I'm going to kick her. And I said, no, you ain't got to kick me. I get down. And I got in the chat. And she was like, well, if this what y'all want, y'all can get it. I'm tired of being nicest to you bitches and stuff like that. And started on her rant and was like, because I'm sick of it. Our groups keep coming for me. Don't nobody want to own, and groups was coming for me. So Gordo put in the chat, this the same thing you did with DG when it came to Mahaya. And then she was like, yeah, because he was running around with Empress Janice. And then she said when it came to Pizarro, yeah, Pizarro's hand maxed out for no reason. So I did insert myself. And she started going on. So I said, it is an issue. So at this point, only thing I can expect you to do, I'm not picking no sides of this. So I'm going to get down, but I don't see it as you getting jumped. So the fact that that was stated, like, I can't dismiss your feelings, but that ain't what I got from it. I'll say jumping is when it's an ambush. It's a pile up.
Right.
It's multiple people.
Right.
Y'all
Right.
tone levels never changed that damn time.
Right.
I was right here. So where's all this stemming from?
Because I'm when I tell you I'm totally lost, like I'm so lost. Like, okay, and then I was even told that she said I could have got cussed out, but it was your platform or something. She has respect for me. She liked me. And I was like, what was it to get cussed out about? Because to me, if you felt that way when I'm sitting there with you, just say, hey, look, listen, I don't like the line of question is making me uncomfortable, and I respect you and I like you, and I don't want that dynamic to change. So, respectfully, I don't even want to talk about this topic. Y'all got y'all feelings, I got my feelings, and it'd have been nothing. It'd have been nothing.
Right. Hey, in the safe zone.
Like, it'd have been zero problems because, quite frankly, I don't care enough. I'm just having conversation about what's going on. This is content. But you can't expect, and this goes for everybody, this even goes for me. I can't expect to come out here and talk on something and speak on something and other people not have something to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, I cannot expect that. And it is what it is. Just like when we were talking about people talking about looks. Some people going to say, oh, I think she cute. And some people going to say, she all right. Either way, none of that matters to me. People going to have their own. People have a right to their opinion. People have plenty of rights to their opinion. People like people, dislike people. 1 minute maybe on their side, the next minute I don't view it that way. That is in the words of Treasure Lane, your Pennsylvania privilege. That does not mean that I'm gunning for you because I don't agree with the way that you're looking at it. I have a difference of opinion or I see something differently. That don't mean I'm gunning for you or I'm interrogating you or none of that shit. That don't mean nothing. So I'm like lost in whatever it is that she feel like about it. Like, we was literally just talking. Like, and I asked her, and that's really what's like baffling to me, because I asked her in real time. I said, hey, Sin, because she kept saying it's like mobs after me. Who is the mob? That's why I said, do you feel like, because if that's the way you feel, that's not my intention, and let me go ahead and get the fuck down.
Yeah, because we even asked someone, she made the comment that people was in coats. I'm like, you feel
Yes,
like them in the coat? She was like,
right.
no. And then you asked her, did she pause before she
She was like,
responded?
not really. And I was like, what's the not really? She's like, well, because I know you, so I think you know, you think things for yourself. But to me, like, explain yourself. Be honest. There was no fight to be had. It's still no fight to be had, right? But who is mobbing after you? Because I can speak for the crew, and I will speak for the crew, and they can even drop down and back me up. Ain't nobody talking about you, sis. Ain't nobody mobbing about you, sis. No one is. No one is. We're merely, all of us are talking about, what's going on. That's it.
Right.
Nobody is gunning for you. Nobody's gunning for your page. Nobody is coming out here, oh, we're going to gang up on her. We're going to come out here with pitchforks. No one from the crew is thinking that way. I can put my life on that. Yes, I am going to speak for them in this moment. I can put my life on that shit. So you can go ahead and delete us out the equation. Please delete us out the equation. And the crew is not monolithic either. Like, we all have our different opinions, and we like different array of different people too. Let's be clear about that. So don't group us up as, oh, they only think one way because their leader. Because I did hear a clip where she kept saying their leader this, and like, who the fuck is the leader? Like, who? Put a name on it. I feel like this person is doing this. The same way she was saying, if you're going to bring something to me, bring facts and saying this person does this and that. We can go back. I can respond the same way. Okay, who is mobbing? Who are the cult leaders? Who are the people with pitchforks after Sincere Saida? Who is it? But I'm going to let you know, the crew ain't one of them. We not underneath your comments. We're not all swarming down in your chat like, rah, rah, rah. I still I go to everybody's page. Just because I don't drop down don't mean I'm not there. But I'm just like lost. Say it. And don't answer me one way and then midnight it's a whole nother feeling when I ain't said shit else about it.
Right.
I thought it was over. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was over and done with.
Well, technically, I don't think it is, because at 12 something this morning, exactly, if she can, her opinion, why can't everyone else? There are no leaders. People support who they want. Hey, Blackberry. Well, no, Pizarro was in my lab. I responded to Pizarro, so she asked me, when did Pizarro start coming over here? I said, Pizarro been back coming over here. She don't hit the chat, but she'll type 1 or 2 times to let me know she in the building, and then she'll go on about her business. But she been coming over here. And then, she was like, well, Pizarro mentioned me in her live and said, well, room shake. I say Pizarro was responding to me because I said something to Pizarro in my live.
Right.
And she was like, when did she start coming over there? I was like, she been coming over here. She don't drop down that much, but she be here. But it was like, cause I asked, cause they was coming back. People was coming back saying room shaker, Sincere feels some type of way. She did 3 lives. And I was like, I was in her live. I'm taking it as she giving commentary, because that's why I stood yesterday. And then they was like, people was like, well, this happened to her and this happened to her. Then I seen Reed live talking about stop explaining yourself. That's the only thing I don't like. And then I seen her go live, and then she said, Reed, I don't have a problem with you. If you feel like I cussed you out, I was just stating what I was stating, but I didn't have an issue with you. So I'm like, damn, she cussed Reed out? And then I was like, really? What the hell happened?
Oh, I'm lost. I'm so lost in. I missed all of that. Like, I don't really see the late night lives. I be asleep, like, for real. So
I woke up on this live at 12. It was midnight. I woke up and I seen it, and then I seen the way it was going. And then people were saying, like, yeah, she did 3 lives about this. So I'm like, wait, what happened? Okay, so I said, now that I'm hearing what y'all saying, let me go sit here and listen. So I came and listened. And when I heard the temperament change, I'm like, wait, what? And then she like, Room Shaker, you got a nonchalant attitude and you don't want to admit. And people was typing in her chat. I had to leave Room Shaker live because I don't like the way you was handled and treated. So I'm like, wait, who handled you? And she said, yeah, K-Fit did come questioning me about Shakim. And I'm like, wait, what? And then she said, but I ain't got a problem with her. And I was like, wait a minute, you said y'all done had conversations before. And then I'm like, it
Yes.
wasn't no issue. So I'm like, see, this is why I don't get on them be hollering this good content. Everything ain't content. So I stated in my lab today. This is why when certain people say, could you sit down and have a talk with them? I be like, hell no, because ain't shit gonna change. But I felt like you and her was mature enough to have this conversation, but now I feel like she have issues with the conversation. You could have shut it down at any moment.
Agreed. And I would have moved on and wouldn't have felt no way about it, to be honest. That's like me and you sitting right here. If I brought something up and you say, hey, I ain't talking about that over here, respectfully, oh, okay, and we move to the next thing. There is no, like, I don't harbor no feelings about that. We all grown. That's like if I don't want to talk about something, that's like if you ask me about something and I be like, Shaker, I ain't, nah, I ain't talking about that. Guess what? Okay, let's move on. That's like what's so hard about saying that? That's where like I guess it's not connecting to me with that. Like what's so hard? We adults, you know what I'm saying? And this is YouTube. She could easily been like, listen, I don't want to talk about it, and I would have respected it. Okay, cool, bye. I don't
I
get it.
could tell there was an issue during the conversation, but K Fit stayed cool, calm and collect, and because she did not want to fight, in my opinion. But you shouldn't have to fight for being opinionated.
Right. And here's the thing: look. You're not gonna trigger me. Like it just is what it is. Like for what? Like if she felt the type of way, she could have said it. Say it to me while I'm there. You know, if it ain't directly directed at me, I can't respect it. Like I just can't. So, if there was a problem, say it. If you felt like you wanted to chin check me, I was right there for you to do it. Like say it. You doing too much. Okay, that's how you feel. And because then my response was, well, what is it that I'm doing too much so that I don't do that towards you to offend you? Because that's not what I'm here for. It's really that easy. I'm lost
I am
for real.
too, and that's why I said, because people's like, well, can't y'all talk about it? It's nothing to talk about. I feel like it's gonna make my head hurt, irritate my soul. Like I was like, if it was an issue, I would have respected her more if she would have said something during the live or said Room Shaker, I felt handled or something. I think it was more of other people putting their comments and putting the commentary up about it to make her all of a sudden feel like she feels some type of way about what happened. Because like I told her, the chat didn't ambush you because they weren't allowed to come up on the link.
Right.
And at one
Right.
point, I even stopped putting the comments up because I told y'all I was eating. So I'm like,
Right.
why did it have to be? I found out 3 lives later because they said that, well, that was the 4th live you did, that it was something. And then like Kayos and AK keep saying hair truck wife. They kept saying like, if you stop talking in circles and throwing subliminals, maybe we can understand. And Kayos was like, it's making my head hurt. And I was like, I'm so confused. Like,
Yeah.
she could have
Nah.
talked
Yeah.
to me. We done had plenty of conversations. She could have sent Max or somebody. I'm like, anything could have happened, but I'm finding out right here in this second. And the main person I see in your chat is Shakim talking about, yeah, this did happen, that did happen. Like, come on now. And then Cole and them coming at him because they can't get to him. He's sitting at the job eating. I'm like, oh, y'all just weird at this point because I didn't think it was an issue. Nobody was arguing. Nobody was cussing each other out. Y'all was on a
Right.
panel by y'allself. So I'm done.
I don't know,
She,
Shaker.
she claimed she wasn't reading your chat. And that's why I said I think it's other people putting batteries in her back by saying certain stuff, and she's starting to feel some type of way about it. Like they forcing this on her to feel some type of way. It's like it's triggering because now time that you have an issue, you said it ain't an issue. Then you stated in your live that it wasn't an issue, but then you contradicted yourself because you start going in and you like, well, yeah, K-Fit did come at me and bring Shakim up to me and say this and say that. And I'm like, okay, if it wasn't an issue, why is it an issue?
Right. Especially if we've had a conversation already before about it. And she even said in your live, y'all, we've already had this conversation, but y'all didn't see it because we were over on Max's channel, so this is nothing new that we're discussing. So then what is the issue? Because how is it, if it's the same conversation, you didn't have an issue with it when it was on Max's platform, but now that it's on Room Shaker's platform, you're having an issue. What is the issue? Who is mobbing after you? Who is gunning for you? What crews, cliques, cults? Who is it? Put a name on it, because I don't want to guess. I don't want to guess.
Right.
I really don't. I don't want to guess. But again, this is the PSA. Let me tell you, the crew is not gunning for you, Cynthia. No. Most of us like you. Actually, we don't agree with certain things that are going on as far as Shakim, but none of us are saying to stop being friends with him or cool with him or dealing with him. Nobody is saying that. Nobody is saying that at all. No one. So please remove us from whatever cult you're speaking of. Again, I'm speaking for them right now. We're not coming and leaving crazy comments nowhere. No, we're not. Again, majority of us in the crew, and I can speak for them, like you. Watch you from the clouds, sometimes drop down in your chat, whatever the case may be. Just because they may not agree with you on this particular topic does not mean people are gunning for you. Again, there are people that I like that I don't agree with what they may do. That does not mean I am gunning for them. I don't like when people talk about kids, right? I don't like that. And because I disagree with that does not mean I'm coming for you. I just don't like that. And we've got a right to differ in those spaces. Right or wrong?
Oh, you talking to me? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for real.
But you ain't the only one that told me that. Like I told her, she said on my platform and say, I don't agree with everything Room Shaker do, but I like Room Shaker. I never changed up on Room Shaker. I never changed up on you either. So if you know we can conversate about anything and I allow you to hit the platform, why did I have to find out in your live you felt ambushed or jumped? Like,
right.
Where's this coming from?
Yeah. I mean, I would like to know that too, because if she felt that way, I want to correct and say, okay, that was not my intention, so can we remove that off of there? Like, for real. Like,
well, if you want the answer to that, I'm gonna tell you now, K-Fit, it ain't no issue with me and Sincere, but I feel like it's certain stuff I can't expect her to be mature about and tell me. And at this point, as I stated in my live, I don't even want an explanation. I'm over it. If you say I have a nonchalant attitude, consider me nonchalant about it. I'm not sitting here rejecting your feelings. I'm not dismissing them. They valid feelings. That's how you feel. But I just don't feel like a conversation is going to solve this.
You know, I have to agree with you with that. You know what I'm saying? Because there was no intent behind that conversation. I have to agree with you, and I have to side with you on, it's no even need. She felt ambushed. That was not the tone of the conversation. That was not the intent. I don't even operate like that. So she has a right to her feelings, but I did not ambush her, and if I don't have no problem with Sincere. I don't. I do not have a problem with Sincere. She can be friends with who she wants to be friends with. That has nothing to do with me. But as far as this, I'm confused as to where things went left, and my only thing is why you just didn't say something when I was sitting right there, because then it seems like you're not being 100% honest. And, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It really is. Like, this shit, I'm over this shit. Like, what the fuck?
Hey, Lady T, I am too. So moving right along, I'm done with it. I just want to know, like, nonchalant. I feel like I handle it with care. I let you and her up. I know y'all don't get down like that with the scarcery. As she kept stating, it's not a lot of panels that she hit, but right. I ain't never rejected her off my panel. But if I felt like, if she would have told me she felt some type of way, I could have controlled the temperament of the room. That's just like when they
Absolutely.
told me people was getting doxxed in my chat. I paused
You
our
went ahead
conversation
and
to handle
stopped it.
that.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. You sure did. So, it is what it is. But anyway, I got to go in here and get Jackson's speech. But I wanted to hit. I saw you was live and you was like, "Hey," so I wanted to make sure, I hit your panel.
Thank you.
No problem, boo. You have a good.
You too.
All right.
Okay, y'all. I have a doctor appointment. I told y'all I'm finna get to my doctor appointment. Going forward, it ain't no issue, but I think it would be a waste of time to conversate about it because I don't feel it's gonna go nowhere. I'm not dismissive to her feelings. If that's how she feel, I can't do nothing about it. I can't turn back the hands of times. I don't feel like I did nothing wrong in this situation, so I will not be apologizing. I'm just gonna move forward. So I'm just staying out the mix. If y'all feel like I'm being nonchalant towards certain stuff, then let me be nonchalant. That's my stance on it. Um, that's what I see from her. Um, but maybe if you do a live and you speak directly, because a lot of people said that it was subliminals in the live too. So I don't know. At this point, it's not like that we playing jigsaw puzzles or doing crossword puzzles or nothing like that, or playing Sudoku or whatever it's called. Where you gotta line the numbers up and don't mess up. And it ain't like it's a Rubik's Cube. I used to play all that stuff when I was little. Now that I'm older, I can care less about that type of shit. Like I'm in a grown up fun and enjoying life. So yeah, with that, I'm gonna let y'all have it. I'm just walking away in excellent stage left because I don't really feel like a lot of this mess that's going on is worth it. And sometimes you gotta question the people that's putting the batteries in your bag. Cause I watched how your stance changed from being in your life. I watched how. Okay, you ain't got to give me notification. I just know it's half an appointment. It's at 9:30. I watched how your stance change as people start commenting in the chat. So I think they triggered or manipulated to be this type of outcome, and I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. You say Blackberries, that's what I see coming from her. What Blackberry said? She's in a common denominator. You say she is the common denominator. She has the issue with a lot of CCs. But hey, Happy New Year's, Lady Tia. I don't care. I don't care because the groups, the coats and the crews, I don't know. And that's why I say I couldn't agree to something I didn't see because I seen Femi and all them saying, Sincere, no, we like you. And then I seen when they shifted and said, just say you biased when it comes to Shaquem. We biased when it comes to certain people we like. It's okay. Like they wanted to basically get her to own it. But do I feel like she was jumped? No. Do I feel like y'all apply pressure? No. Do I feel like y'all do what y'all normally do? Yes, absolutely. Am I used to what y'all give up and what y'all do? And I know how the chat seem to go rampant. Like, yeah, at some point, some subscribers, if the people on the panel said they was feeling uncomfortable, we would have shut it down and handled it different. But if it wasn't brought to my attention, or I'm finding from other people constantly coming to tell me, and then I go back and listen from myself and see that it was a conversation I felt like we could have had directly. Like, yeah, they're just like, we too grown for that. So I'm just exiting stage left. I'm not mad. I'm not beefing with you. It ain't no issue. But I will not be revisiting this conversation. I don't want to chop it up. I don't want to talk about it. It's going to be a strong no for me. And I feel like anything that you don't want to talk about, you don't want to discuss, you don't want people to bring up or anything like that, you have the right to shut it down as well. And I hope you do that going forward. With that being said, I'll see y'all later. For the members, you know what today is, so you know we're gonna tune up, we're gonna turn up. I'm finna come back live for y'all, so be in tune. Y'all be all over the board. So if y'all want me to come back while we at the doctor and stuff, I will. If y'all don't, I ain't got to. It is what it is. Pick and choose, pick and choose. I'll put up a poll. Is y'all finished with this poll? Let me see what this poll says so I can take it down. Hold on. Let me get on to this poll so I close it out. I need to start smacking on the goddamn gun. Okay, so close this poll. Next just went like I got a notification. Hold on. Let me see what the poll was. 80% said no, 20% said yeah. Okay, hey, just trolling. Room shaker, those people you mentioned are coming for Shakim, and she's taking on that fight, honestly. Okay, wait a minute. Okay. 93 people voted. For the 20%, could you type in the chat? I am not going to time you out. I am not going to block you. I'm not going to do none of that. You got a little bit of time left on your hand because 9:30, I'm out of here. Could you type in the chat the 20% that said yes, she was jumped? Could you please explain to me? Because maybe I'm overlooking it, or maybe I just don't see it. Like, could you tell me how you feel this way? It ain't no right or wrong answers, because everybody basically have shown that they don't feel like that. They feel like it was nice, calm atmosphere in a conversation. Now, was there some hostile people in the building? Yes. Was they being over opinionated? Yes. Oh, excuse me. Was they sitting here saying how they feel? Yes. Was I supposed to block them or tear them out? No, because at any point she didn't have to respond. She wasn't reading the chat. And if she was and she felt some type of way, she could have brought that to my attention, just like they brought this to my attention that somebody was being doxxed, and I handled it. It was a conversation live, so I wanted the conversation to go smooth. That's why I didn't allow other people to hit the link and insert themselves. But y'all was fine because y'all wasn't even trying to. Y'all was sitting here doing what y'all was doing from the chat. So, was it my intentions? No. But can I apologize for something I didn't do? No. Like, I'm just gonna keep it real. Like, that ain't finna happen. So I don't know what y'all want from me, and I see the 20 people ain't gonna drop down and say nothing. So it is what it is. We ain't gonna worry about it. We're gonna go on with our day. I told y'all I had a doctor appointment today. We're going to the doctor, and we're gonna keep on moving how we moving, and we ain't gonna let this shit right here bother us. We ain't losing no sleep. So I gave y'all hour and 46 minutes. Thank y'all for tuning in. Goodbye.